Okay, let's jump straight into today's explainer. We're going to transform today's most crucial facts into a fast-paced, interactive challenge to really hardwire this information into your brain for August 19th, 2026.
Today, we're bouncing from cutting-edge quantum computing all the way to newly discovered Himalayan ecosystems. We're pulling together defense, deep tech, environmental conservation, and sports into one completely cohesive journey.
So the big question, are you ready to test your knowledge? We're treating this explainer exactly like a rapid-fire game show. You get to guess the answers before I actually reveal them. I want you actively thinking, so don't just sit back, play along, and let's see how many you can get right.
Right. Round 1, defense and tech breakthroughs. We're kicking things off with some massive leaps in India's technological and military self-reliance.
Okay, first question up. Take a quick mental guess. What is the absolute primary objective of the SRIJN Defense Portal? Is it manufacturing, recruitment, pensions, or maybe military exercises? Lock it in.
Well, if you guessed indigenous manufacturing, you are spot on. This portal is entirely focused on promoting the domestic creation of defense items, and is completely changing the game for how procurement actually happens.
Now take a look at this massive number here, 405. That represents exactly 405 strategically important defense items that were just added to the Department of Defense Production's Positive Indigenization List. That is a massive catalog of equipment that's now going to be sourced and built locally instead of being imported from overseas.
Launched back in August 2020, the single-window platform is basically a digital bridge. It directly empowers domestic MSMEs and startups, effectively hooking up local innovators with the major national defense agencies that desperately need their tech.
Keeping that cutting-edge theme going, let's test your tech geography really quick. India's very first Indigenous Quantum Processing Unit, or QPU, fabrication facility was just established in which state? Any guesses on where this groundbreaking facility is?
If you guessed Karnataka's famous tech hub, Bengaluru, you nailed it. I mean, it's pretty much the perfect home for a tech milestone of this magnitude, right?
But keep in mind, this is not just your run-of-the-mill computer chip factory. Established by the deep tech startup QPIA, this specific facility is focused entirely on manufacturing incredibly advanced superconducting quantum processors. We're talking the absolute bleeding edge of computational power here.
And this facility is a huge driver for India's broader ambition under the National Quantum Mission, which is total, absolute self-reliance in quantum hardware. By fabricating these chips locally, India is securing a real foothold in the hyper-competitive future of global computing.
Okay, round 2, nature and global conservation. Let's take a quick breath and shift our focus away from the high-tech labs and out into the great outdoors.
Here's your next challenge. Think about the major international summits focused on land degradation. Where did the 17th Conference of the Parties, that's COP17 of the UNCCD, just take place?
The United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification hosted this absolutely vital conference right in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Honestly, a very fitting location to hash out the severe global challenges of drought and advancing desertification.
So, a really crucial highlight from this conference was India proactively launching its very first Guide to Grasslands and Other Open Natural Ecosystems. It's a dedicated manual designed to identify, understand, and actually conserve these vast open spaces that are just so essential to our planet's biodiversity.
Staying on the nature theme, here's a question that beautifully merges botany with legendary human achievement. A new Himalayan flowering plant named Impatiens nimsporjai was recently discovered. Do you happen to know which country it was found in?
The answer is Nepal. Discovered way up high in the Magdi district at a breathtaking altitude of around 2,800 to 2,900 meters, this brand new species belongs to the Balsaminiaceae family.
Now you might be looking at the number 14 here and wondering why. Well, it represents the 14 incredible peaks above 8,000 meters that the legendary Nepali mountaineer Nirmal Nimsdai Persia climbed in just 6 months and 6 days back in 2019. And yep, that is exactly who this new plant is named after. You see, the scientific community isn't just honoring his crazy climbing records here. This naming formally recognizes his massive high-altitude environmental conservation efforts, specifically the Big Mountain Cleanup Initiative. It's just such a perfect tribute to someone actively protecting the incredibly fragile ecosystems where this unique plant actually thrives.
All right, round 3, triumphs in junior chess. We've covered defense, quantum tech, and the Himalayas.
For our final round, we're going to speed things up and look at the strategic minds battling it out at the Asian Junior Chess Championship 2026.
Here is your absolute last question of the day. Do you know which rising star took home the highly competitive Open Blitz Championship title? Think fast, literally, just like a Blitz game.
The answer is Vignes Vermala. He grabbed the Open title, while Saranya Davies secured the Girls' Blitz title. That gave India an incredibly strong start to the tournament and showcased some serious strategic dominance on the board.
But looking at this top 5 leaderboard, it's such an amazing underdog story. Vermula actually entered the tournament way down as the 23rd seed. He fought his way up, finished completely tied on points with Sharnardi Varesh and Nandish VS, and ultimately secured his victory through superior tiebreak scores. Akshay Borganakar and Madhavendra Pratap Sharma rounded out the top 5 in what was an absolute nail-biter of a finish.
Wow, what an incredible sweep of information today. We've seen this massive push for self-reliance with the S-Regen portal and indigenous quantum chips. We've witnessed global efforts combating desertification, celebrated the discovery of new life high in the Himalayas, and watched an underdog chess master take the crown. So, from developing quantum processors to discovering new high-altitude species, how will all this momentum reshape our global future? I'm going to leave you with that thought to ponder. Thanks for playing along with today's explainer, and remember to keep challenging your knowledge every single day.